Let's move on and talk to Sharan Bansal, who's joining us now from the company Skipper. They've come out with the fabulous numbers. There's a lot of news flow around the transformer space. And Sharan, I spoke to you last when you were just busy raising funds for the company in the rights issue format. Rights issue usually is a very good message to the investors. The current investing shareholding is actually putting more money. Now that you posted such a strong set of numbers this quarter, I want to understand what is the run rate now standing. With current capacities, you have posted this kind of a strong number, almost 1150 crores on the top line front. Talk to us about how the outlook is from this kind of a performance.
Sure, happy to be talking again. We started the year with a 25% CAGR growth guidance over the next 3 years. I'm very happy that we have exceeded that by a good amount. We have closed the year with a close to 66% revenue growth. So I believe that, yes, looking at the market positivity and buoyancy, looking at the kind of demand we see in both the domestic and international markets, we should be able to maintain a similar run rate, that's why we continue our guidance of 25% CAGR despite the elevated base from this position onwards as well. We have the order book to support that. Order book of the company closed at about 6,200 crores. So yes, we do have revenue visibility over the next 2 to 3 years. And the bidding pipeline also continues to remain strong at about 16,000 crores as of now.
Sure. So 25% odd growth doubles your business in almost 3 years. Will the profit also grow in the same proportion, or do you see profit growth actually higher, slightly higher than run rate?
We certainly expect the profit growth to be higher than the revenue growth. Even this year, if you see the profit growth has outpaced the revenue growth, and we see a similar trend going ahead with economies of scale, lower finance costs, and overall improvement in working coming about. So I think we can certainly expect better growth on the bottom line front.
Since we are discussing, and last time at the fundraise time we couldn't talk, I want to understand the strategic direction the company is taking. We touched upon your quarterly numbers for a moment, but a lot of our viewers who are institutional investors, family office guys, want to understand with this, you're also expanding capacity, you've just done a big fundraise, and the environment looks good. What is the bigger game plan the management is aiming for in the next 3 to 5 year period?
So you're right. There was a period, if you look at the company's history from 2018 to 22, including the COVID years when the market outlook was not so good. Post 2022, we have seen a good turnaround in the market, and now we are in a position where even capacity utilization for us has gone up. So we are at roughly about 70% capacity utilization already. There is certainly some more opportunity with all the debottlenecking that we have done to take this capacity utilization up to 90% in this current year. Now, coupled with that, we are going to be going ahead with our capex plans. So we are going to be increasing capacity from the present 300,000 tons a year to 375,000 tons a year. Going forward, you asked me about the next 3 to 5 year plan. We see a continuous capacity expansion over the next 2 to 3 years, looking at the market opportunity. And at the same time, we're also open to having plant locations in other parts, including outside India. So we believe that with the kind of presence that is growing for Skipper in international markets, we believe that there is a lot of opportunity for us to become the largest manufacturer in our products globally in the next 5 years' time.
Exactly. That's a very interesting point you've said. In the next 5 years, if you do become world's largest player in your area of work, you're an integrated company, what kind of top line and bottom line possibilities lie ahead for that? How much leap can the business take? Forget about top line, bottom line, but how many times would you require to raise your capacities by to reach that number? Right now, what's the number one player's capacity, if you can indicate to us whichever country that player must be belonging to?
If you look at our current capacity of 300,000 tons, we estimate that if we double this capacity to 600,000 tons in the long run, in the next 4 to 5 years' time, we should definitely be the largest player in the world.
When we scale up our capacities, right now you spoke about the medium term scale up by 75,000. When you're talking about doubling your capacity in the next 4 to 5 years, does efficiencies of scale also come in? How does your margin levels go higher? And when you're in a commanding position across the world in an area where the demand is actually outstripping supply, does it improve the profitability profile also?
Well, all of these things are certainly what we wish for and we target. However, what is going to happen in 3 to 4 years, 5 years time is probably a bit of future gazing. And yes, all that you mentioned about economies of scale coming in, as well as the demand outstripping supply, we definitely see all those possibilities happening because global T&D investments are growing. There is various experts have spoken about it, about the need to invest more and more in power transmission and distribution, so that to make sure that renewable generation, which is a priority for all countries, that renewable power should find evacuation in the right time. And I think that is something which is a focus area we see globally. And looking at the opportunity, we are quite confident about our growth path going ahead.
Quick word before I let you go, Sharan. You are adequately funded for what kind of capacity addition right now and wouldn't require any more capital as such for next 2-3 years, if you can indicate that?
We are certainly very adequately funded already. We do not foresee, the current capacity expansion is something that we plan to achieve with our internal accruals and maybe some long-term debt. We haven't yet planned to go back to the capital markets again. Hopefully, maybe if by next year, by the subsequent capex, we may take a call again in the next financial year.
All right, Sharan, we'll let you go on that one. Thanks so much for joining us. That was Skipper Management talking about the near-term performance, the medium-term, and of course, the aspirational aspects at the management level as well.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.